ask ourselves questions like, are we really independent as Ugandans? Are we really free from the forces of imperialism? The concept of independence is freeing ourselves from the forces of imperialism
and neocolonialism.
Our education system today is determined by these imperialists.
Yeah, they are the ones who finance it.
They finance our education system. They determine what we have to study. And we have a problem with our education system. As other countries, they are talking of the 5th industrial revolution. For us, we are still on the... Actually, we are not yet clearly on the 1st industrial revolution. And we claim to be in lecture rooms, in classes, studying. We have educated people. What are we studying? That's a question that we have to ask ourselves.
So, in your sense, in your belief, we shouldn't actually be celebrating independence. We should be mourning.
Look at our economy. Look at our economy. Ugandans are still stranded in poverty. We have a few just a small portion of the Ugandans who are extremely rich. Of course, we have a capitalistic form of government. We have just a small portion of Ugandans who are extremely rich, of which each comprises of the puppets of neocolonialism. Then we also have the majority of the Ugandans who are stranded in poverty.
But when I was making the research and reading the Africa Must Unite by Dr. Sadjefo Kwame Nkrumah, he really shows how the European countries, most especially France, did not sign an ultimate independence agreement in Africa. And I believe that is the reason as why most of the African states and most of the political leaders are meshed in the net of both political and economic dependence on these white people. These people who are financing our education with poisonous content. These people who determine which policy to be passed in the parliament, which policy not to be passed in the parliament. And these people have masterminded the greatest danger at present in Africa of neocolonialism and its major instrument of Balkanization, disunity, that Kenya and Uganda and Tanzania, they will never have the same economic system. They will never have a common currency. That in Western countries, in Western African countries, in the Maghreb region, those countries are going to remain in the civil conflicts and political instability. That they will put their guns and they make sure that they establish their companies. For example, in these French colonies, this company, they funds the investment at the economic and social success. This company has really exploited the minerals of West Africa, has propagated puppet governments.
True.
And when the puppet governments tries to liberate and start working for the citizens,
for the people,
now they make sure that they finance another coup. And what are those things that we should do right in order to make sure that we achieve the political and economic independence?
So, Comrade Msimbi, what you have to understand is that we have to first understand that even though the colonialists left, they just left physically, but they are still here. That one brings in the idea of the concept of neocolonialism. We still have neocolonialism today in Africa.
Neocolonialism says that neocolonialism is the worst stage of imperialism.
Absolutely. You can see how today Africans are suffering. That's why I'm saying today we are not yet totally free. The imperialists, their ways. What they are doing today, we see them installing puppets. They are puppet governments to work or to fulfill their interests in the continent of Africa and the other parts of the world. But at the same time, they also finance the opposition. They also finance the opposition. And of course now the government will be fighting.
In Uganda they will finance both the so-called Bobi Wine, and at the same time finance Mr. Museveni.
Then the two parties will be fighting. As they fight, we the people, we the common citizens, we shall be the ones to lose. Therefore, Ugandans must understand this clearly, because this will benefit neither Museveni, neither Bobi Wine, or even the Ugandans, but this is for the benefit of what? Of the imperialists.
So in this sense, you mean that colonialism and its attitudes, like the attitudes of slavery, human suffering, where Africans were sold as commodities, its hangover dominates the behavior in the European and American hemisphere. Really, it hurts that now the very same attitudes, because the whites are the ones that first enslaved us, even before the Arabs. After they instituted now a new policy of neocolonialism, that how can we enslave these people in their own land? Because the Industrial Revolution in 1880s, in 1850s, had made human labor had made the human labor less needed in the, so how can we drop these people back in Africa? And of course they created those countries, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and they made sure that how can we drop these people, these blacks in the Africans, and we go and enslave them from there, they work for us. And now after us Africans struggling to be independent and achieve the small we have, they come in another new form of neocolonialism. And now neocolonialism actually becomes the worst stage of imperialism.
True.
That now they have to enjoy our sweat when they are in the comfortable zone, when they are just seated. They have to sweat to enjoy our sweat.
You can take an example, France. You know how France has been exploiting the resources in West Africa.